Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my brand new addition to my YouTube channels that I have. This is Tales of Terror with me, the real Steven. Now, before I begin, please do not forget to turn on that post notification so you don't miss a video, because each video that I do, well, it'll be done at 3 a.m. to give it more of a creepy vibe. But other than that, welcome to my channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because the more you watch, the more I put into it. So here we go. Let's jump into the first story. Like I said in the description, these are tales of true encounters of, well, unremarkable things that I've been through in my life, and also the things that people that are close to me have told me over the years. Now, in the titles, I will tell you which ones are which, but let's jump this thing off as if that, well, not as if that, but as if this is the first one, and well, what we're going to do here is I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me when I was a child. Alright, so we'll sit back, relax, and enjoy the scareful story. Shall I begin? Back when I was younger, I lived in this house. It was kind of a creepy house. I lived there with my grandparents. My dad lived there. It was me, my dad, my sister, and my two grandparents. Alright, well, my dad worked all the time, and my sister, she was doing God whatever. So I was there with my grandparents the majority of the time, just myself. So one late night, I was watching a movie, and I don't remember what the movie was, but I do remember my step-grandfather telling me, hey, it's time for bed. And I remember telling him, can I please sleep here in the living room? And he looked at my grandmother and asked her, would it be okay? Because usually I'd have to sleep in the room that I sleep in when I was there. And my grandmother said, yeah, no, it's fine. He can sleep there. So, they said goodnight, and I said goodnight, and they went to their room. All right, well, it grew darker outside, and it was, I think it was between 12 and 4, but between those two times that this happened. I noticed I started hearing some movement and some like plates moving around and dishes being moved around and all that. And I didn't think nothing of it at the time, because I just thought it was my step grandfather in the kitchen, because he usually gets up in the middle of the night, makes him some coffee, and then he goes back in his room. So I didn't think nothing of it. But then it kept getting louder, and I was like, what is going on? As a kid, I'm already terrified. As a kid, I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm kind of getting scared now. So I get up, and about this house, when you get up, I went to the middle of the living room, okay? And then if you go just straight, you look straight, there's the bathroom, and the door was wide open, okay? And, the light was on and all that, and I'm just staring at the door, because everywhere else was just pitch black. And you just seen the light from the bathroom, that was it. And so I was standing there, and I just stood there, and I was just looking right at the door. And the door, just out of nowhere, slammed shut really hard. So, I was scared out of my mind. So I took off running like a bat out of hell, just running to my grandparents' room. And I made it, which was more scarier. The bathroom was like right there beside their bedroom door. The bathroom was right there, and then their room was over here to the left. And you know, I didn't care. I just kept running and running and running. And when I got there, you know, I slammed the door and I jumped in the bed and I covered up, which they come to find out both of my grandparents were in there asleep. And, you know, my grandmother wakes up and I'm like, what's wrong? And I'm like, there's somebody in the house. Because obviously if they're in there and we're the only ones there, someone's in the house. But then the noises from the kitchen just kept getting louder and louder, like dishes being shuffled around, doors, cabinets being slammed open and shut. And, you know, we stayed in there. My step-grandfather was like, all right, just calm down, just breathe. He gets up, he locks the bedroom door. All right, this goes on for about 20, 30 minutes. And, you know, it finally stops. And my grandfather, he gets up and he unlocks the door and he slowly opens the door. You know, I'm like, well, I want to go. I want to see what happened. You know, I'm a kid. I'm like, I want to go. And so I did. So I went with him. And he's like, stay behind me and don't leave from behind me. I'm like, okay. And we're walking towards the kitchen. Well, now the kitchen is directly across on the right from their bedroom. So we're walking. All right, we're walking slowly. The bathroom door, by the way, is wide open again, so there's plenty of light. And as we're walking towards the kitchen, you know, we're walking slowly, you know, and we make it to the kitchen. All right, my grandfather, he says, stay right here. I'm going to go in the kitchen. I'm going to turn the light on because the light switch, for some awful reason, was on the other side of the kitchen. I'm already scared out of my mind as it is. So I'm standing there shaking and trembling, you know, and he goes in the kitchen and he turns the light on. Now, what we saw freaked me out even more. What we saw. All the cabinet doors were wide open, every one of them. All the dishes and cups and pans and utensils were all stacked in the middle of the table in the kitchen. And you know, I seeing that, you know, I'm to this day they moved, but after that, you know, I never slept anywhere in that house by myself because I was too afraid to, because I don't know how to explain that, you know. And I was, you know, to this day I still get chills and bumps and stuff and creepy vibe feelings when I tell this story, because it's still just you know, something just didn't settle right, you know. But you know, I've done research, and you know, and I went to other people and asked about this house, you know, over the years, and to come to find out that the house that we lived in, it used to be up the road a ways. I mean, way up there, but they moved the house to that location. Now, that's not the creepy or bad part. The bad part was a woman and her 2 children were murdered in this house. Yeah, that would be something you want to tell someone that is buying or renting this house. But I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I don't know if someone broke in and wanted to mess with everybody or what. I mean, it just, like I said, to this day, if they still lived there, and even as an adult, I probably still wouldn't sleep by myself in that house. I would sleep with somebody or somewhere, you know. But that is one of many stories I'll be telling. It like I said, it was I mean, there's no way to, you know, make this stuff up. I mean, my grandparents, they can vouch for this. I mean, they were still freaked out as much as I was, and it's it's a scary feeling, to be in a house that I'm not really going to say haunted, because I'm a person, I'm more of a believer if I see it, or if there's facts or truth about it, then yeah, maybe I might believe it. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? It could be 100% real, or someone could just been messing with us. To this day, I still don't know. But yeah, that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be more to come, but for now, I'm going to leave you with one. So, please embrace it how you will. It still is scary to me, and it still is terrifying that I have went through that as a kid. And trust me, I have tons more to tell. So, like I said, this is it will be, as the stories go, they will get more haunting and more terrifying. I'm just starting out soft, as you would, because you want to ease into the situation, or whatever the case may be. But this has been a tale from Tales of Horror. And before I go, I want to say, please do not, I want to say, don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so you will be updated with more videos like these. And I'll keep going as long as you keep watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, I'm the Real Steven. This is Tales of Horror. And I'll leave you with this. Don't fear what you can't see. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.